Big toes locked in the ground. Breath, brace, back of my mouth, backwards and upwards. Okay, I'm just going down. Position myself so that back leg got caught. Here, okay, I don't want to jam my foot in the ground. Lightly tap, drive through the middle of my foot, come back up. Hey, how's it going? Today we are going to talk about the rear foot elevated split squat. So a lot of people also call this the Bulgarian split squat. And the reality is there is a difference, but it's kind of nuanced and not really very important. Basically, the Bulgarian split squat is typically a higher elevation of the back foot, where the rear foot elevated split squat is kind of like a to be determined sort of thing. The way we program it and the way we suggest to all other coaches out there who may be watching this video is you just pick one. We've chosen rear foot elevated split squat, and then to denote the height, you just simply put the height next to it. So rear foot elevated split squat, 10-inch. If you want it higher, rear foot elevated split squat, 20-inch or 4-inch or whatever. There are different ways you can modify this, like making it more hip dominant for glute and hamstring, making it more knee dominant for like quad and stuff like that. You can also make this super position specific for like MMA people and fighters and just grappling athletes and stuff like that. But those would all be put on as modifiers. So how we would label it would be rear foot elevated split squat, 10-inch, quad down. Hope that makes sense. And if you're a coach, I hope you use it too so we can all get on the same language. But clients, really look at those modifiers. And if you don't understand what the whole exercise name means, just reach out to us because it is very specific. We do want to give you the best product and the best result possible. So it does all matter. Clarify if you need it. The basics are pretty simple. You're just going to find something that matches the height recommendation, or roughly the height recommendation. You're going to put your back foot on there. My front foot, I want pointed forward, then rotated out to the side about 5 degrees to 10 degrees, kind of depending based off what your normal standing foot angle is. Okay, so from there, here. Ideally, as I go down, I want there to just be a straight line from my shoulder to my hip to my knee. Okay? If you don't have that, if your knee starts to go back, one thing we would look at, if the knee starts to go back as I go down, a lot of lumbar extension, okay? Which inherently isn't anything wrong, but if you know us, we like maintaining this position. Stacked diaphragmatic or respiratory diaphragm, pelvic floor, so proper diaphragmatic breathing and intra-abdominal bracing, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over my working leg, okay? I want to keep all my weight stacked over this foot the whole time. From there, I'm going to reach back just for a base of support. I'm not going to rely on this leg. I'm not going to be splitting the difference between the two legs. I am doing a unilateral exercise, so my weight is unilaterally loaded. Okay, from here, this leg is going to kind of just do whatever it needs to, and it can drift forwards or backwards. What I don't want to do is lock this in so hard that this ends up turning into a back leg exercise, or that ends up throwing off my positioning throughout the entire movement. Okay, so weight on this leg. I'm going to get my 360-degree breath and brace. Okay, I'm going to try to bear down here so this doesn't move. Okay, it's important that I brace here so that this can be lax and be able to move wherever it needs to. If this is loose, my body is going to try to create tension at the hip. Okay, what that's going to do is it's just going to make this feel gunky, not that great. Okay, so weight over my foot. Just reach back for a little bit of a tripod, a little bit of a kickstand. 360-degree breath. I'm going to think about pulling the back of my mouth backwards and up to get good spinal and neck posture. And I'm just going to drop. I'm just going to think about staying balanced over right there. Okay? From here, I'm going to make sure my brace is still solid. I'm going to push through that point of my foot. Come up. Okay? If I push through that point of my foot, come up. One thing we see a lot of people do is they get here, and they're so good, and it's like up. Okay, don't come out of there. Double down on your brace, come up. If you're here, okay, and say your foot starts to come forward, there's something inherently bad, okay? This is a really good position for someone like a wrestler or a grappler or a lineman, okay? But if you aren't one of those people, you probably don't need to spend that much time there, okay? If you move your front foot forward a little bit, one thing this will do, so keep a more vertical shin. As we've talked about, this will help you do more glute and hamstring. One thing you'll probably need to do is raise the back of that though. Because as you'll see, I'll run out of space, being able to stay over my front foot. Okay? I'll do some of this other leg so you can see that as well. You can see from the outside of my foot. I do want to know that this is a very difficult exercise for my foot and ankle. My foot and ankle over here are working non-stop to maintain stability, support, and balance. One thing I really don't want to do is have that big toe come up. That big toe, as I'm going down, needs to be loaded. Okay? I need to internally rotate my entire leg at the big toe. What this allows me to do is then push through my foot and allow my glute max and external rotators to come in and join the party. If I'm rolled out and already external rotated at the bottom, these have nowhere to go and they can't shorten, produce that torque. Okay? So, big toes locked in the ground, breath, brace, back of my mouth, backwards and upwards. Okay? I'm just going down, position myself so that back leg got caught. Here, okay, I don't want to jam my foot in the ground, lightly tap, drive through the middle of my foot, come back up. Okay, here, go down, drive through the middle of my foot, come back up. If you have any questions, shoot us a comment below or reach out to us. We'll be happy to help. Understand that this exercise is a little weird. Just try to stay as focused as you can, stay balanced on the front foot. Try to just use the back leg as like a kickstand for support. Really try to utilize that breathing brace so you don't fire out and extend through your lumbar spine on the way up. You're going to do great. Good luck.